Hey, what is going on, guys? Living Nature here, and I'm bringing you a discussion video about, well, could be potentially the future of gacha games. Now, there is been stuff maybe you've heard or not have heard, maybe you don't know, but well, right now there's a big thing going on. We got news last night. The United States Federal Trade Commission has agreed to begin investigating loot boxes. Now, what does this mean exactly? Well, loot boxes are usually like, I guess, what games have loot boxes? EA is notorious for having like really shitty loot box system. So loot boxes are like, they incentivize you to spend money to pull loot boxes to get like either power-ups for like, let's see, a game for like Battlefield, the Star Wars game. Battlefront, sorry. So, well, that game got a lot of flack because I remember they had like, to get Darth Vader, like either it would take like 40 hours of grinding, or you can just spend money and unlock him immediately. And if you got him, he's like way overpowered, and you can get like power-up weapons and stuff. So even though you can grind all that stuff in the game, because you can grind points to pull loot boxes for free, take a lot of time, and if you got like a really good item, you have an advantage on multiplayer, which is turning games into pay to win and kind of makes everyone not happy about it, because we spend money on a game and we got paid more money to have random drop rates on something that's good or not. Pretty messed up. So that's why a lot of people are against loot boxes. That's why EA got a lot of flack. And there's a lot of other games that do this too. I believe Overwatch does this, but I think it's for like skins. I'm an Overwatch player, so I'm not sure. And there's many other games that do loot boxes. Didn't CSGO have a big scandal for this stuff too, for like loot box gambling and whatnot? What am I getting at this? Why am I talking about this right now? What does loot boxes have to do with gacha games? I'm gonna get into that. So, the country Belgium, it was a couple months ago, recently passed a law where it was banning loot boxes. And I don't know what the law was exactly, but most gacha games got affected from this in the country of Belgium. So instead of, like Bandai or the Akatsuki team, like, oh shit, yeah, new laws are in effect. Let's adjust the game so we can have the game work in Belgium. They're like, nah, too much trouble, not worth it. We're just going to remove the game, your ability to buy stones from the game. Either they removed it from the shop, or you cannot buy stones. I think they just removed it from the shop. Like, you just can't play the game anymore. So that pissed off a lot of people in Belgium, because I know quite a bit of people that are Belgian players, whether it's from my Discord, some of my subs, or even the Facebook community groups that I manage. They were really pissed off because they spent money on the game, and they essentially can't play the game anymore. So yeah, they were getting really upset about that, and I understand the frustration, because you spend money on a game and then now you're like, I can't play it anymore. But I do want to get into why this is going to be important, why I think this is a positive thing that's happening. So, I'm going to list the negatives, the pros, and the cons for this. So, and I'm going to, explain both sides of this. People that, want the gacha system to stay, and people that want a change in this type of gaming. Yeah, Belgium banned stuff, and most games like Square Enix took their Final Fantasy games out. Bandai, all their games, stuff like that. Whatever other games have like a gacha type system, meaning you get stones. You can farm stones in the game. Not infinitely though, but you can get stones, or you can buy stones with microtransactions, spending real world money to get digital stones, and then you can roll randomly on a banner to get a specific unit or weapon or whatever game you're playing, and the chances are random. Like it's RNG essentially. I'm explaining what a gacha game is what I'm doing. So we all know what gacha games are if you are sub to my channel. So that's what a gacha game is boiled down. So what's going on is, so Belgium banned it, and then earlier yesterday, the day before, then there was a news article that came out saying that Australia Federal Trade Commission, or whatever their type of gaming commission is for gambling, has begun investigating loot boxes. You know, and even I tweeted out the other day, and you know, I was like, oh, you know, it's spreading. You know, like, look, now Australia's looking to possibly ban loot boxes. Because, you know, it's pretty much a form of gambling. And I'll get into that in just a moment. So I was thinking to myself, wow, maybe companies like Bandai are gonna like start being reconsidering what they can do to adjust the game. If such a big country like Australia, since they're a country and a continent, starts banning loot boxes and gacha games. So maybe the companies are like, oh, we need to figure out a way around this. Maybe we got to change the game a bit so it's not so RNG based. But I was thinking to myself, well, I don't know if a country like Australia and Belgium is enough for companies like Bandai and Square Enix to change their tune about gacha games. Because, let's face it, gacha games are making them hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars a year. Revenue. That's just money in their pockets. They're making gacha games are big bucks. They make a ton of money. Let's not pretend that's not the case. Gacha games are essentially a company's way of printing money. They're just making a fuck ton of money. That's why you're seeing a lot of gacha games coming out, and a lot of games are doing loot boxes, microtransactions. Because I think 50% of last year's revenue from gaming, or was it this year's? There was a I don't have the study in front of me right now, but I was reading it, and if I'm misquoting it, I apologize. But I believe it was 50% of the income in the gaming industry last year came from like loot boxes alone. So that's a lot of fucking money, because the gaming industry is multi-billion-dollar industry, and they're just making a lot of money from loot boxes. 50% of their money, so that's 50% of their income. It's from loot boxes. So big companies are pushing loot boxes more and more because they want more and more easy money, instead of, you know, making a game better and not having loot boxes. So why do I feel like gacha games are a form of gambling? Well, looking at this article, now the United States federal government, Federal Trade Commission, is investigating this, and now is the big thing. Now the United States is looking into this. I'm not sure which way this is going to go, because it could go two ways. So the United States House of Representatives, they don't quote me. I'm not into politics. I don't know shit about this, but I know they recently changed from to Democratic mostly majority in the House of Representatives, but the Senate is still the run by has the majority of Republicans. So typically, how I see the politics is, the Democrats are more so like trying to help people for like have better lives, while the Republicans are more so like wanting booming business and people making more money. So it's like kind of like summarized a little bit. I don't even need to freaking talk about politics on here. I hate talking about politics. I don't follow politics. But the reason why I say that is it could go either way. We're not sure what the United States Federal Trade Commission might do. Maybe because, the Democrats want to stop gambling for these type of games, these loot boxes, these gacha games that prey on younger kids and kind of like psychologically manipulates you. And yes, I will say the games have psychologically manipulated me as well many times, especially in Dokkan, where I've spent upwards to $1,000 on a banner trying to get a unit. Yes, that is very fucking stupid of me. I know I'm not the only one who's done that before. Why did I spend $1,000 on a banner? Because I went mad trying to get an LR on Dokkan Battle. I could not get, and I was like, I gotta get it soon. I'm gonna get it soon. I kept going and going, and it just fed into essentially like a gambling addiction. So the game's dangerous. Now, many of you probably don't spend money in the game, and I commend you because I gotta spend money to make content, but I've been cutting back more and more on my channel because, let's face it, these gacha games cost a lot of money to do content on. And I've been trying to slowly weed myself away from mainly doing gacha game coverage and streaming more other mainstream games, like Pokemon Let's Go Eevee on my Twitch channel, where I just had to spend $60 for one game, and I can play that constantly without needing to spend money. That's the cons of gacha games. That's a sum. And I guess, well, the pros. Well, I mean, there's not really pros and cons. I'm just saying, that's why they're investigating these gacha games, because they're a form of gambling. And I know some of you are going to be saying, who cares? It's their own money. They should spend it the way they want. I agree. People should spend the money any way they want. No one should say otherwise. Shouldn't shame somebody if they want to spend money on something they love doing or they enjoy. It brings them much, much happiness. But I do want to say this. The more this goes this way with these fucking loot boxes and gacha games getting a lot of money, the more and more the companies start going down this route for these gaming companies, because they just want quick money grab. And I personally don't like that. I personally don't like the reality of what is the gacha game. Now, there's a different game out there that you probably have played. I've done content before on my channel. I've streamed it. Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. The way they do theirs. So they're kind of like a pseudo gacha game, yes and no. They more so kind of fall on the, I don't know if they intentionally did this or what, but so you open up packs from a booster box in the game. If you played it, you know what I'm talking about. You are guaranteed the cards if you open every single pack in the booster box. This is RNG, depending on how soon you're gonna pull what ultra rare in that booster box. All right, so you're pulling on the banner. Not the banner, sorry. You're opening packs in the booster box, and say the first 5 packs you pull the really good ultra rare. Then you can just reset the box and re-pull again if you want to get the ultra rare. So you don't have to reopen the box entirely of 200 booster packs 3 times. So 600 packs. But you are guaranteed the ultra rare, no matter what. So if you have really bad luck and you don't get the ultra rare you want till the very last pack number 200, you're still gonna get it. Unlike in Dokkan Battle or other gacha games, you can pull 200 times and not get it. You can pull another 1,000 times and not get it because of RNG. But games like Duel Links, you're going to get it no matter what. So games like Duel Links are okay in Belgium because even though it's kind of like a gacha game and whatnot, it's a mobile game, microtransactions and whatnot, you're guaranteed the unit. So why do I think this is a good thing? This is getting investigated. Well, maybe companies like the Akatsuki with Bandai and other gacha games like Square Enix with Final Fantasy Brave Exvius and whatnot will instead have to be forced to either, I guess maybe they'll just close the global games. We don't know. They don't have to change their gacha motto because they had the games in both Japan and internationally. They can just stop, get the international version of the game, thinking maybe people are just going to only play the JP version and they can just get away with what they're doing. Or they will be forced to change their gaming strategy. And if they're forced to change their gaming strategy, they're going to be forced to implement new and better things for us, the gamers, so we don't spend $1,000 on a banner. We can instead maybe, okay, they're going to release, like they just released a new Goku Black on JP Dokkan Battle. Instead of you having to have RNG, and RNG can be a good and a bad thing. You can single summon and get the unit in one pull for 5 Dragon Stones, and that's not nothing. That was like $1 or whatever that is. If you were to buy it in game, or you can spend thousands and not get it. Okay, I've seen people spend thousands on the game and not get the unit they want. So it's insane. So you can go from that to, okay, Goku Black comes out. He's $20 to buy the character pack. You want the new Goku Black? $20. Anybody can get it. You either spend $20 to get the character, or not spend the money, don't get the character, and then they can recycle them later. And it's $20 to get the Goku Black once. And if you want all dupes, $100, I guess, because $20 per Goku Black. So that being said, I guess it's more like DLC. if you think about it. Or they can go the route of Duel Links and be like, okay, this banner, you are guaranteed the unit after X amount of pulls. You're guaranteed. But it's still going to be random RNG. And if you can get them early, cool. But if not, I don't know, kind of like the Duel Links box thing. They can go two different routes. I think they'll go more the Duel Links route, where they'll just like, there's 200 units on this banner, and if you pull on this banner, you can spend what, like a max of 1,000 stones to get everything on the banner, or you can, or they can go the route of pay DLC characters. $20, get the character. I don't see them doing that because that's less money for them, even though everyone's guaranteed that if they really like a unit, they'll spend money and get the unit. I would like that better than the Duel Links motto, where it's going to be like, there's 200 units to pull here, but you're guaranteed if you go through all 200 units to get the one unit. So I don't know. Could be good or a bad thing. You let me know in the comment section below what you think. Like I said, this is actually a good thing. Now, it could end very terribly. The games could end. They could close shop. You could probably never play games like Dokkan Battle, Final Fantasy, Naruto Blazing, Bleach Brave Souls, any of those games, or they can stop being super greedy as these multi-million, billion-dollar companies preying on people's gambling addictions, which, trust me, there's a gambling addiction with these games, with some people. They can fix their fucking shit. And I think it'd be better in the long run, too, because here's the thing. There's a lot of people that I know that used to play the game that have quit the game. Whether they got really frustrated that they spent a lot of money and didn't get a unit, and they just outright quit the game. So, I mean, do companies like Bandai care if you quit playing the fucking game? No. All they care is about making money. They end up changing things if they start noticing big revenue dips. They're like, what are we going to do? We need to do something to make more money. So they don't really care about the player base, because if they cared about the player base, they don't want people to quit. Okay, they want as many people playing the game as possible, which I think that's better than money, because more people playing, the more people don't get frustrated and quit and tell people, F this game. And I know my years of doing Dokkan Battle content, I think 80% of my audience have quit playing the game. Yes, 80%. Not joking. I even have super mega well subs that are thinking of quitting the game because they're like, I'm tired of spending money on this game. It's frustrating me. It's too much headache. And I tell them, I don't blame you. I'm like right there with you. I like the game. I love it. I love doing content, but oh my God, it's crazy. The game's pricey. I don't like seeing people spending so much money. So I don't know, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Yeah, I ranted on this one. We'll see. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and catch you next video. See you.